Hola, hello. My name is Diana Garcia. I am from San Jose, California. I am currently serving in Bangkok Pitcher. I am part of Group 129, and I am a Yindi volunteer. So, what brought me to Thailand? My upbringings did. Growing up, my dad always taught me that no matter how little you knew or how little you had, there was always something you could do to help others. It was a matter of just reaching in, reaching out, and really figuring out what is that you could do to serve others and serve your community. And I knew that after graduating college, I wanted to give back. I didn't really want to end my education with a job. I wanted to end my education giving back to people. So Peace Corps seemed like the right thing to do. It was perfect timing. Everything worked out. And I knew that I had a strong stomach for this. I love adventure. I love learning from others. I love traveling. And I love helping. So Peace Corps was a place for me. One of the highlights of my service has to be having friends from all over the country. Before Peace Corps, I only had friends in California, but I find it amazing now that I have friends from Oregon, from Florida, from New York, from Virginia, Wisconsin. It's amazing the fact that I have been able to meet all these amazing people from all over the country. And we met in Thailand to do the same thing, to give back, to learn, and to experience this together. So, friends is definitely the highlight of my service. There's been times when I have seen people treat white volunteers differently than me, and it makes me wonder, am I being treated this way because of my skin color? Would it be different if I was white? But on the other hand, I try not to think about that. I try to focus on myself and who I am and the skills that I have to offer, and just really know that it's not intentionally. That's just what they know, and they think America, they think whiteness, and that's my job. My job is to be here to share my experience and represent America. So I try not to think about that. On the other hand, I think sometimes my identity as a woman and as a woman of color, I'm able to relate with my students in a much deeper level, especially when we're talking about positive body image, and just embracing who you are, letting them know that, hey, just because you see whiteness doesn't mean that you should feel less than, or just, I think they feel more comfortable around me because I look like a sister, I look like a cousin, I look like a friend versus a farang. So, on one hand, yes, I know that people have stereotypes against people of color, and they might not view me as a real American. But on the other hand, I know there's people that are more open minded, understand diversity, and appreciate me for who I am. I think since arriving to Thailand, I have definitely thought more and reflected more on my identity. Being from California, I feel like I grew up sheltered from what it's really like to be a person of color. Of course, we have our own challenges back in the States with race. But in California, I could always look around and like never feel like an outsider. And all of a sudden, coming to Thailand, not being white was such a big issue. Like explaining to people that I'm American wasn't enough. They had to dig for something. But why? Like, are you Filipino? Are you from India? It was as if being American was not acceptable because I wasn't white. So I feel like never before have I ever defended being American as much as I do here sometimes. I feel like I had to explain and I had to validate myself more. I had to defend the fact that I was American. I had to really protect that identity because it was almost as if people were trying to take that away from me. But of course, if people were very open, I would definitely dig in a step further and explain to them, I'm Mexican American and this is the reason why I'm tan. But also explaining to them, America is not about race. America is not about being white. Americans are all about, it's all about nationality. It's how we think and our morals and our beliefs. And just trying to get them to understand that just because you see whiteness in Hollywood, that doesn't mean that's America. And that's my job here. My job here is to represent the new face of America, the real America, the new generation of America. America is me. America is my peers. And, it's okay. Sometimes I'm going to have to defend the fact that I'm American. And that's just part of my job. I think being in the Peace Corps has also taught me to relate more to my grandfather's and my dad's immigrant experience. Right away, I knew that, wow, everything that I'm experiencing is something my parents and my grandfather went through, when they came to America. Just little things, like not being able to ask for directions because you don't know how to, or ordering the same item over and over again when you go out because that's the only thing you know how to order on the menu, or just not being able to read signs at public places. I relate to those experiences so much more. Growing up, I have always heard these stories, but going through this experience and living these experiences has taught me to just be so much more grateful and just, it's so humbling. I left home 2 years. I left home thinking I was going to be gone for 2 years. They left home not knowing if they were ever going to be home and having to make a new place their home. And for that, I am so grateful. I try to approach every challenge at site as an opportunity to learn about myself, to learn about others, to learn about Thailand. And really, this is my job, being a Peace Corps volunteer, there's a lot of challenges that we face, and it's just a reminder that I'm doing my job right. I'm learning. I try to be positive, ask for help, say sorry, try to communicate, but I try not to overthink it. Just learn, move on, and if I have really learned something, is take one day at a time. Really. I go on runs. I reach out to my loved ones, my mom, my best friend, sometimes my counterpart, and I just let it out. I explain how I feel, and they always seem to have the right words to make me feel better. But yeah, I keep it basic. I usually work out, call my loved ones, or just try to take my mind away by watching some Netflix. And just reminding myself that it's okay. Tomorrow's a new day, and I did what I could. Just move on, but yeah, don't overthink it. To future volunteers, this is what I tell you. Eat. Eat as much as you can. Whatever you like, eat. No, but really, you should eat, but other things. I would just tell yourself, enjoy. Enjoy whatever time you have left at home. Don't overthink it, planning or studying, packing. No, just live. Do whatever you gotta do to get yourself in Thailand, but live. Really live. Live in the moment, because that's all we do here in Peace Corps, Thailand. We live in the moment, and it shouldn't be any differently when you're back at home. I would also say, sit down, talk to yourself. Reflect on why you want to join Peace Corps, on your mindset. What mindset are you going to have when things get hard? Who are you going to reach out to? And really gather as much love and strength as you can. In all reality, Peace Corps is really hard, and I feel like you gotta have the right mindset to be successful and stay strong and healthy. So just really understand what you're getting yourself into, and if you're ready, welcome, come along. Just take one day at a time and remember all the good memories that you had with your family. That's really what helps me get through my days. Just think about the memories and knowing that I have people back home that are waiting for me. And there's something that I have to do here. There's a job that has to be done. So, just living in the moment. I think I would tell myself, you got this. Um, Everything will be okay. I think at the beginning of my service, I was really concerned of some of the friendships and some of the connections that I had back at home. And just being scared of, losing touch or, just seeing some of those friendships fade away. And I had a right to be scared. Some friendships have faded away, but the ones that have stayed with me are so much more stronger, and I just appreciate those people so much more. So just telling myself, like, everything will work out. Everything will work out. Just stay present, stay positive, everything will be okay. I am currently reading I Will Follow. It's a book about a girl who goes to Mexico to do missionary work, and she falls in love. Surprise, surprise. No, I'm not in love, but I am in Thailand doing some kind of work. So far, it's really good. It's good. I can relate in a lot of ways. Podcasts. I love Freakonomics Radio. I love it. Just getting home, learning about a new topic. It's entertaining. I like it. So if you haven't checked it out, check it out. This is it. Freakonomics Radio.
Have you eaten yet?